Want to unlock the absolute full potential of your Wells Fargo card? Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the exact steps, the fantastic benefits, and the very real risks of adding an authorized user to your account. So, let me ask you, are you ready to really maximize those rewards? Because adding an authorized user, it's not just about handing over a piece of plastic. When you use it strategically, it's this incredibly powerful tool to help a family member build their credit score literally from scratch, all while boosting your own points. But you gotta understand how the system actually works first. Quick heads up before we get into the weeds. This explainer is for informational purposes only. We're covering the specific banking procedures today, but definitely evaluate your own unique financial situation, and maybe chat with Wells Fargo or a professional advisor before making any big credit moves. Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to hit understanding authorized users, benefits and drawbacks, eligibility and requirements, the step-by-step addition process, and finally, managing and monitoring users. Let's jump straight into Section 1, Understanding Authorized Users. At its absolute core, an authorized user is simply someone you're giving permission to use your credit line. They get a physical card in the mail, it's got their name printed right on the front, and they instantly get the purchasing power of your credit limit right in their pocket. But here is the absolute most important thing to grasp. They are not legally on the hook for paying a single cent of it back. The bank is never, ever going to come after them for a missed payment. And that brings us to a massive point of confusion: the hard line between an authorized user and a joint account holder. A joint account holder, they share equal ownership. That means 100% shared legal obligation for the debt, and you can't just kick them off the account easily. An authorized user, though, has zero legal financial liability. If they swipe, you owe the money. The silver lining here is that you maintain total control, meaning you can remove them at the drop of a hat. Moving right along to Section 2, Benefits and Drawbacks. Let's weigh the scales. There are some absolutely fantastic benefits here, especially for families. First off, when you make those on-time payments, Wells Fargo reports that positive history to the credit bureaus. It's like giving your teenager or spouse a massive head start on their credit score. Second, you, the primary cardholder, scoop up all the rewards points or cash back on everything they spend. It is a brilliant way to rapidly accelerate your rewards. Plus, it just streamlines all those messy shared household expenses into one single bill with absolutely no hard credit check required for the new user. But we've got to talk about the flip side. It's a double-edged sword. Yes, you get the extra points, but you're taking on 100% of the financial liability. If your authorized user goes on a shopping spree and maxes out the card, your credit utilization is going to skyrocket. And since utilization is huge for credit scoring, your own score could take a serious hit. And remember, no matter what handshake deal you made with them, they have zero legal obligation to pay you back. Forbes actually had a great analogy for this. Adding a child as an authorized user is like handing them a hammer. Used properly, they can hang a picture. Used carelessly, well, they can smash a family heirloom. Okay, Section 3, Eligibility and Requirements. Let's see who actually qualifies. This beautifully illustrates a major advantage of Wells Fargo. Look at this. While Discover strictly requires users to be 15 and Amex has 13, Wells Fargo officially has absolutely no minimum age requirement. I mean, technically speaking, you could hand a credit card to a newborn. Obviously, we don't recommend that, but it means you have total flexibility to add a spouse, a trusted friend, an employee, really anyone you trust. But let's bust a really common myth here, because this is crucial if your goal is credit building. When you add a user online, you can actually get that plastic card mailed to you using just their name and date of birth. But, and this is a huge but, without providing a social security number, the major credit bureaus basically can't link your positive payment history to their credit file. So if you actually want them to get that credit score boost, you have to make sure their SSN is attached to the profile. All right, Section 4, the step-by-step addition process. Let's make it happen. It is so easy to do this right from your computer, completely bypassing a trip to the branch. 5 quick steps. First, just sign on to Wells Fargo online. Second, navigate over to the Account Services tab. Third, click into the Credit Card Service Center. Fourth, hit Add Authorized Users to your account. And fifth, just pop in their full name and date of birth. Honestly, it is a beautifully streamlined digital process. Once you hit submit, the clock starts. It typically takes a maximum of about 7 business days for that shiny new customized physical card to show up. And here's a really great security feature. That card gets sent directly to your primary mailing address, not theirs. That gives you total physical control over the card before you actually hand it over. Finally, Section 5, managing and monitoring users, because handing over the card is just the beginning. Now, thankfully, Wells Fargo makes tracking this super transparent. They actually itemize the authorized user's spending in its own completely separate section on your monthly statement. So when the bill arrives, you don't have to play detective. No guessing who bought what, no pulling out a calculator to tally things up. It's all right there, clearly laid out for you. But because you're the one holding all the liability, you've got to use some best practices. First, before you even hand them the card, sit down and set clear, strict spending boundaries. Have a totally firm agreement on how and when they're going to pay you back. Also, absolutely do not share your primary Wells Fargo online login credentials with them. Keep that private. Make it a habit to check the account balance weekly on your mobile app so you don't get a heart attack at the end of the month. And always remember, you have the ultimate power here. If they break the rules, you can log in or call support and yank their access instantly. So adding an authorized user is an absolutely brilliant way to pool rewards and jumpstart a loved one's financial journey, as long as you manage those risks. If it fits your strategy, log into Wells Fargo today and get started. But it definitely leaves us with a fascinating question. In a world where credit is basically king, is gifting a pristine credit score the most powerful inheritance you can pass on to your kids? Think about it. Anyway, if you found this explainer helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more deep dives. Catch you next time.